In a quiet residential neighborhood, there once stood a house that was known for always being lit up, warm, and filled with laughter. But everything started to change right after a new set of curtains was hung. Daylight was strangely blocked out. The air in the room grew heavy, and a sense of irritation began creeping in between family members. Financial stability, which had once been steady, started slipping away. And every time someone stood near the curtain, they would feel a chill running down their spine, as if something invisible was blocking good energy from entering the house. As all these signs began to pile up, the answer gradually became clear. It was the color of the curtain that had disrupted the energy flow, pushing prosperity out without anyone realizing it. Many families replace their curtains simply to freshen up the space, but few realize that the color of the curtain can actually shift the entire energy of a home. When the curtain color is not suitable, natural light gets blocked, the air feels heavier, and the room loses its natural brightness. From this small change, feelings of discomfort, restlessness, and tension start to show up, slowly weakening the life force in the house day by day. And it does not stop at just a feeling. The wrong curtain color can misdirect the flow of wealth energy. When the window, known as a pathway for light and good fortune, is sealed off by a color that clashes with the home's energy, prosperity struggles to enter, money seems to slip away, and arguments among family members become more frequent. All of these signs usually start off subtle, but over time, they lead to a clear sense of stagnation that many people never realize is coming from the curtain itself. And that is exactly why today's video was created. Because behind every seemingly simple curtain lies the power of color that can either support or weaken your home's fortune, making it harder for luck and prosperity to flow in. Before we begin, go ahead and leave a positive comment down below. Wealth and peace are finding their way into my home. And do not forget to subscribe to the channel so you can continue exploring mysterious Feng Shui stories that help you preserve energy flow and protect your family's prosperity. Now, I am going to walk you through the curtain colors that Feng Shui considers to be luck blockers, small details with subtle power that can quietly shift the direction of prosperity in your home without you even noticing. The first curtain color, bright red. Bright red always leaves a strong impression at first glance, but that intensity becomes overwhelming when it appears on curtains near windows or doorways. When daylight hits a bold red surface, instead of radiating warmth, it creates a harsh, glaring hue that makes the entire space feel overheated, even when the room is cool. The light filtered through that red tint distorts how everything looks. Furniture appears heavier. Your skin tone looks dull in the mirror, and the room loses the natural softness that sunlight usually brings. Over time, this sensation causes people to feel tense, unable to relax, and mentally on edge, as if the environment itself is constantly overstimulating them. A set of bright red curtains, for that reason, does not just stand out visually. It also takes control of the lighting in a way that throws off the calm, balanced atmosphere a home needs. In a shared living space, people need a gentle environment to focus, talk, and unwind. But bright red unintentionally raises emotional intensity and can overstimulate the mind. When those red curtains are fully drawn, natural light is replaced by an overwhelming red hue that covers everything, creating a space that feels active, restless, and hard to settle into, even at night. This color can also trigger more family conflicts, as small issues feel amplified by the visual pressure in the room, especially during hot weather or in spaces with poor airflow. The real concern is that this effect does not hit all at once. It creeps in over time. Homeowners usually notice only after their mood feels more drained, sleep becomes lighter, or the overall atmosphere in the home starts to heat up without an obvious reason. So, avoiding bright red curtains is not about labeling the color as bad, but acknowledging that it is simply too intense for a spot that controls light flow and emotional rhythm for the entire home. Choosing a softer shade will help every family member feel more at ease, emotionally grounded, and naturally comfortable. The second curtain color, vibrant orange. Vibrant orange is known for its energetic, cheerful vibe when used in fashion or as an accent in decor. But when it becomes a curtain, the first surface to catch the light and spread it across your home, it ends up creating a kind of visual chaos that many people do not anticipate. When sunlight passes through a vibrant orange curtain, it does not create a warm ambiance. Instead, it casts a sharp, reddish-yellow filter over everything, making the room look like it is covered in a glowing veil. Colors of furniture and objects become distorted, and throughout the day, the shifting sunlight makes the entire space feel like it is constantly moving. Especially at midday, this orange diffusion becomes so intense that it strains your eyes, forcing them to adjust non-stop. This is not just tiring for your vision. It also creates an unsteady mental state, as if you're in a space that never truly settles down. Repeating that experience daily makes it harder for people to concentrate, harder to relax, and nearly impossible to feel fully at peace, even in their own home. Unlike bright red, which overstimulates instantly, vibrant orange has a more subtle pressure. It makes the home feel full and hot, even when the air conditioner is running and the temperature is fine. The orange-tinted light deepens the shadows and intensifies the bright spots, creating an uncomfortable contrast that the senses constantly have to respond to. This keeps your mind in a heightened state and blocks your ability to truly unwind. At night, when artificial lighting hits the orange curtain, that color reflects onto walls and ceilings, producing an odd glow that disrupts deep sleep and leaves you feeling half-rested. And because these discomforts come from small daily irritations, eye strain, difficulty sleeping, or slight frustration with the harsh lighting, most people never realize the real issue is the curtain. Avoiding vibrant orange is not some forced aesthetic rule. It is a practical way to help your home breathe. By restoring natural light, your space can feel calm again, offering your family real peace after long, hectic days. The third curtain color. Black curtains bring an instant sense of heaviness. But the bigger concern is how clearly they shrink the sense of space without you moving a single item in the room. Once drawn, a black curtain immediately swallows up all the natural light, even if it is bright and sunny outside. Rays of sunlight that would otherwise brighten the room are blocked before they ever make it in. This casts a thin layer of darkness over everything, from tables and walls to the corners of the room that are usually lit up. Black does not just darken a space, it flattens the depth of the room and dulls the outlines of your furniture. Anyone walking in immediately feels like the space has closed in. With less light, the clarity of colors fades, and everything starts to look dim and fuzzy, which also reduces your sense of alertness. Spend enough time in that kind of environment, and you might find it harder to feel motivated, comfortable, or mentally sharp. The most subtle impact of black curtains is how they slow your emotional rhythm in ways that are hard to detect. On overcast days, or when the sun begins to set, black curtains pull the room into a dim, sleepy state, as if the whole house is sinking under a thin layer of fog. At night, indoor lights hit the black curtain and bounce back almost nothing. The room stays dark and muted, missing the reflective glow that would make it feel cozy and alive. The space becomes silent and dense, like it is holding its breath. People living in that kind of environment often feel more sluggish, less social, and can fall into a negative mental space without knowing why. That mood comes from black's inflexibility. It does not respond to light, offers no visual support, and makes the room feel lifeless and emotionally heavy. So, steering away from black curtains is not about rejecting the color itself. It is about preserving the flow of light and energy, keeping the space active, and helping you feel safe and at ease within your own home. The fourth curtain color, deep purple. Deep navy. Purple can look luxurious when used well, but when it shows up on a curtain, the entryway, for light and fresh air, it brings with it a thick, lingering heaviness. This is a color with high light absorption, meaning it holds on to most of the light instead of letting it pass through. So, when sunlight hits it, instead of brightening the room, it mutes the light and casts a soft darkness over everything. Corners of the room become darker and deeper than usual. Edges of furniture lose definition, making the space feel closed in. Even with smart furniture arrangements, the deep purple alone can make the entire room feel slow, heavy, and still. People entering that kind of space often feel like the room is pressing in on them. Breathing feels shorter, mental clarity dips, and the rhythm of daily life slows with the fading light. What makes deep purple a poor choice for curtains is not just the darkness. It is how the color affects your emotions over time. At the end of the day, when the last rays of sunlight hit the curtain, the light is almost completely absorbed, leaving the room oddly quiet. Where you would expect a bit of warmth from the setting sun, you instead get a cool, dim stillness, lacking movement or brightness. That quietness is not peaceful. It is a kind of heavy silence that lowers your mood and makes you want to withdraw. At night, indoor lighting does not bounce off the dark purple surface either, keeping the room heavy and drained of energy. People living in such a space for long periods often report feeling uninspired, emotionally flat, or mentally tired, even if their body feels fine. Avoiding deep purple curtains is not about disliking the color. It is about recognizing that the tone is too heavy for a space that needs soft light and a sense of openness. Light is what nourishes the spirit, and deep purple does the opposite. It slows emotions, thickens the air, and quietly reduces the freshness of your home day by day. The fifth curtain color, dark green. Dark green is usually associated with trees and nature outdoors, but when it is brought indoors as curtain fabric, it can create an opposite effect. Instead of making a room feel fresh, overly dark green curtains reduce light drastically as it passes through, making the space feel dimmer than it actually is. This is especially noticeable when the window is the main light source. The sunlight gets tinted with a cold greenish tone, making surfaces look dull and lifeless. The ceiling feels lower, the walls darker, and the air feels compressed near the windows, even if the window is open and the breeze is coming in. This shade not only dims the room, but also blurs the edges of objects, creating a lack of clarity and openness. People walking into a room with dark green curtains often describe it as hard to breathe, even though the temperature is perfectly normal. Another problem with dark green is that it slows down the natural rhythm of the room. As the color blocks out changes in daylight, the space loses its sense of movement. Morning light, which should feel bright and energizing, turns muted and heavy. In the afternoon, instead of filling the room with warmth, the greenish light makes everything look cloudy. At night, when lamps shine onto the curtain, the dark green absorbs most of the light instead of reflecting it, making the room feel even more still and cold. This directly impacts a person's mood and energy. Normally, the shifting light throughout the day helps the body keep a natural rhythm. But with curtains that hold everything in the same slow, heavy tone, it becomes harder to feel mentally refreshed or emotionally recharged. That is why dark green curtains often rob a space of openness, block the flow of light, and strip the home of the softness and liveliness needed for a healthy living environment. At this point, you might be wondering, so, what colors should we use for curtains? Well, the answer starts right now. The first color, cool gray. Cool gray carries a very special feeling. It is neutral enough not to overpower the space, yet refined enough to keep the room looking clean and full of depth. When daylight passes through a cool gray curtain, it does not turn into another color. Instead, it is softened in a very gentle, very subtle way, allowing the house to feel bright but not glaring, airy but not cold. This helps the space maintain a natural clarity, a kind of light you can stay in for hours without feeling tired or straining your eyes. What makes cool gray an ideal curtain color is how intelligently it adjusts light throughout the day, without any effort from you. In the morning, it lets the light in gently, helping the body ease into the rhythm of a new day. As the sun rises, the gray tone softens the intensity of the sunlight, keeping the room from getting too hot or too bright, like it might with other light-colored curtains. By evening, when the lights are turned on, the curtain does not create harsh shadows or annoying reflections. Instead, it holds a soft, even glow, making the room feel warmer and incredibly relaxing. In everyday life, cool gray curtains become a calm foundation that makes everything feel more comfortable. They do not overstimulate the eyes like bold colors do, and they do not feel washed out like overly pale shades. Instead, gray offers emotional stability, creating an environment that is easy to breathe in, easy to focus in, and easier to stay calm in. It brings a sense of order and safety to the home without needing to show off. The second color, cream or ivory white. Cream and ivory tones bring an instant sense of comfort the moment you see them. These shades hold natural warmth without making the space feel heavy. When sunlight streams in, cream-colored fabric does not alter the color of the light. It simply wraps it in a soft glow, allowing the room to brighten in a gentle, airy way. Interior elements benefit too. Wood furniture appears lighter, decorative pieces subtly pop, and the entire room feels fresh and clean. There is no glare, no stiffness, just a soft, inviting warmth that makes the room feel cozy and full of life. When you use cream or ivory curtains, the light in your home follows a very natural rhythm. In the morning, the fabric greets the early sun with a soft tone that gently wakes up the space. As daylight gets stronger, cream helps the light spread evenly, avoiding harsh patches that might strain the eyes. In the evening, when indoor lights turn on, ivory reflects a warm, gentle glow, making the space feel even more welcoming. These curtains do not make the light feel jumpy or inconsistent. Instead, they let the room move through the day smoothly, making everyone feel comfortable at any time. Beyond just lighting, cream and ivory curtains have a clear benefit in daily living. They help create mental calm. These colors make the room feel friendlier, more connected, and help the mind settle into a peaceful state after a long, busy day. The light filtered through them does not distract or overwhelm. It softly wraps the room in peace, helping you focus better when working and let go more easily when it is time to rest. Cream does not compete for attention. It quietly supports the energy of the home, creating balance and ease, like a soft, light foundation that helps the entire family feel at home, safe, and grounded. The third color, sky blue. Sky blue and ocean blue always bring to mind the openness of the sky and the calm of water. When used for curtains, these shades invite a very special kind of light into the home, light that feels soft, cool, and soothing. When sunlight passes through the fabric, it gets a gentle blue tint that makes the space feel airy without reducing brightness. This cool blue tone eases the feeling of tightness, giving the room a little more breathing room, and that directly affects how people feel inside it. Interior lines and edges also appear softer, less harsh, creating a sense of harmony that makes you slow your steps without even realizing it. Blue curtains also bring consistent, gentle light to the room throughout the day. In the morning, sunlight through the blue fabric creates a fresh, wakeful vibe, energizing without being overpowering. By noon, the color cools down any harsh sunlight, keeping the room from feeling hot or overwhelming. At night, when lights shine on the curtain, it creates a tranquil, water-like reflection that makes the room look deeper and more peaceful. This smooth lighting transition happens naturally, without force or effort, creating a balanced atmosphere all day long. In daily life, families that use sky blue or ocean blue curtains often find their minds feel lighter without even trying. These shades help quiet the thoughts, allowing the space to feel open and breathable, no matter how big or small it is. They offer emotional cooling, reducing stress from work or the outside world. Sitting in a room with blue curtains, many people find it easier to focus, to let go of worries, and to enjoy the peaceful moments. This is the kind of color that adds depth to a space and makes people feel like they are sitting near the sea. Calm, cool, and easy to breathe. The fourth color, soft yellow. Soft yellow curtains often make the room feel like the early morning sunlight is lingering just a little longer, no matter what time of day it is. With the right shade of yellow, the window frame becomes a highlight in the room, like a glowing picture frame that draws the eye and gives the space a clear focal point without needing extra decorations. Walls, floors, and furniture also benefit. Their details become clearer. They pop visually without harsh shadows or fading into darkness. Yellow softens the contrast between light and dark in the room. Instead of sharp lines or sudden brightness, it creates a continuous, smooth glow that lifts the space visually. Whether it is sunny or cloudy outside, yellow curtains keep the windows from looking dull or weighed down, especially helpful in homes with limited natural light. In daily life, soft yellow curtains impact the overall mood in a very special way. They tend to make people more proactive and less prone to long-lasting sluggishness. The feeling of a consistently bright space makes everyday tasks, like cleaning, organizing, working, or simply chatting, happen in a setting that feels sharp and present, not dull or aimless. People walking into a room with yellow curtains often find themselves sitting up straighter, speaking more clearly, and feeling more ready to get things done, rather than just sinking into the couch. It is not a pressured kind of stimulation. It is more like the room is quietly encouraging you to do something useful for yourself. That is why, for families that want to maintain a lively, active vibe in their home, a carefully chosen yellow curtain can act as a subtle background that keeps the household moving forward, rather than staying stuck in stillness or gloom. When you take another look at the curtains in your home, you will realize that what seems like just a color actually holds huge influence over the space we live in. A poorly chosen color can shift the light in the wrong direction, make the air feel heavier, and unintentionally disrupt the natural flow of energy and prosperity. Families who know how to keep their windows bright, soft, and light tend to live with more ease, avoiding unnecessary tension. Because a window is not just where light comes in, it is where energy enters, where daily inspiration flows, and where the fortune of an entire household quietly begins to take shape. Choosing the right curtain color is like opening up a new path for good light, clear spirits, and fresh luck to enter your home, often without anyone even noticing. And before you go, leave a positive affirmation in the comments. Good light is opening the way for fortune to flow into my family. And do not forget to subscribe to the channel so you can keep discovering mysterious feng shui stories, unexplained phenomena, and hidden secrets that might just shift the flow of energy in your own home.